Okay, so last time, the party ended a long and harrowing combat. Though they were victorious, it was a bittersweet victory. While weak and tired from the life and death battle, the Duke demanded for all of the party to put down their arms and accept a rest. The party agreed, thus bringing us to where we are now, with a party under arrest that will last for 7 months, and the first 4 are bound to your house. The first 2 being you can't leave the house, and then after that you guys can move about with guards escorting you, and the last 3 months will be you can go anywhere within the city. All that happens while the Duke undertakes his own investigation of the late Valentinius Julius and those under his employ, while the party is free to rest and recruit.
And Julius officially died, right?
That's what you guys saw.
Cool.
That's what we saw.
I don't like that answer.
Yeah.
Perception check. Oh no, that'd be history.
Or medicine.
So yeah, that would bring us to the first 2 months of the downtime. You guys are pretty heavily under house arrest. Is there anything like immediately you guys would like to do? Kind of stuck in this small 4-bedroom house, kind of in the center of the city.
You guys are gonna hate me.
Why?
Lou is going to learn new songs.
Okay. Are you writing them or?
Lou's creative process he refers to as pulling them from the ether. The creative sphere, you might say.
And you feel that pulling from the ether is weakened right now. Songs you can't hear them quite as well as you used to, but you do manage to write some new songs.
Right.
Are you going to do anything with those? Like, you mentioned that you wanted to write a book.
Yeah, songbook.
Yeah, so you want to get right into that?
Yeah, the
Cool.
musical adventures of Lou. Lou.
So I would say if you wanted to write the book, that would probably take your entire downtime.
The entire downtime?
You could probably do some other things with it, but like the process of doing it all would take it would take the entire downtime to finish that.
Okay.
But you also
As long as I
want
can
to
take breaks.
Yeah, you can take breaks. You can still go to the magic shop. You can still do other things, but you still have to devote a decent amount of time to working on that.
Okay.
Does anyone else want to do anything immediately in your guys' downtime?
I think that Malgin would begin to understand that Lou is not a halfling, or not a
Yes.
finally going to happen, because he's just spending like so much time next to this. He still refers to him as a boy, but he is understanding that he can't be a dwarf at this point. So I guess, can I be in character in downtime? Or
Yeah, you can. If you guys want to do a scene, you can do it.
Yeah. At this point, having realized, basically, Malgin would come up to Lou and, boy, I wish to learn the language of your people.
It's kind of a silly question, but
I want to, yeah, Malgin wants to learn. Can you do it? Can I learn your
oh,
language?
he does know halfling.
Cool.
There's a chance he didn't. All right, well, Lou just starts gabbling at him in halfling.
This is unhelpful.
Why?
Start with the basics.
My name is Lou.
All right, I don't know where to go from here, but basically, is this a good like introduction to me?
Sure,
learning
yeah.
the language? Okay.
Malkin is growing as a character.
That would take. Are you trying to become like? How far are you trying to take this learning a new language? Just like getting some basic words down, or are you trying to become like fluent?
We're in confinement right now, right?
Yeah, you guys. The first 2 months are like total confinement.
I'm basically right now just going to learn as much as I can for the period of time that we're in confinement, and then we'll see how it goes based on my progression from there. Nothing else to do. I just learned this boy is not a dwarf.
So how many like hours a day would you guys like commit to doing this?
Malvin would be like aggressive, if I'm being honest. He has nothing else to do right now, other than some sendings, probably.
I guess now is probably as good a time as ever to reveal Lou's secret. Unless you guys, although you guys might want to finish your downtimes first.
How much time is left on the charm that would hide me?
Oh, I completely lost count of that so long ago, but I think it would be, let's say it's like 10 days left.
Okay. Well, I want to go to the same guy, and I want to talk to him about a charm, like a glimmer that would like make me look
Okay.
different.
We can get to that once you guys are allowed to leave the house.
I need to visit that guy too.
But you
I can't go to the library. I can't talk to people with armor. I can't like.
no, you guys are completely confined to to the house right now.
Then I am good. I'm just gonna be brooding in the corner about my life.
Right.
You don't want to work on anything? You don't want to better yourself, learn some halfling?
I'm slowly going crazy about the concept of like, who is the god that my people seem to worship, and I'm trying to like remember everything I know about him so that maybe I can go to the local library as soon as we can get out and go like research him and figure out who he actually is, because there's something shady going on.
So you should write your memoirs of growing up in a cult.
Yeah,
Can I get royalties off memoirs?
Oh, more to just help your,
if they're written well enough. I assume.
I guess, but also, it'd probably help the Kirkstein know everything about the cult.
Ooh, write like an expose.
Okay, I will write down what I know about the cult and provide it to the Kirkstein.
Really?
Yeah.
It's growth.
Kirkstein is.
You know what? Fuck them. My sister's dead.
Yeah.
My sister's dead because of these bitches. I'm gonna expose them.
Kirkstein is lawful neutral at best.
They can come after me if they want to. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a glimmer. They won't even know where I am. I'm gonna have a protection spell. I'm gonna have a glimmer. So like,
So early into the first month, your magical item arrives in a packaged like one of those boxes that comes in those like it's like covered in paper, has tiny pieces of ropes tied around it to make sure the paper doesn't come undone.
yes.
You get it, you unwrap it. It's a fine-looking wooden box that you open, and I have completely forgotten what the description is at this point. I think it was just a like a chain necklace with a pendant in the middle, all metal, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. But yeah, that is.
They can use Balgan's internal connections to track down the cult leaders.
Ooh.
I still have the connection.
No, I did that. My cult was very much like in the middle of nowhere. Like they refused to work within society. They weren't anywhere near this place. So I don't think they were only here for me. So
So add your inventory amulet of proof against detection. Oh, detection and location.
what's a flail?
Stick with the chain and the little
A flail.
yeah.
A flail.
Oh, I have something set called flail super nice in my inventory.
What?
I have 30 sharpened twigs. I have a ham bone. And a serving fork.
Nice.
It just says flail dash super nice. This is why I should be in charge of writing notes.
That's kind of sick. It's like we've been like fighting.
What's a water skin?
Gun in the pot.
The
It's
water
so-
bottle. While wearing this amulet, you are hidden from divination magic. You can't be targeted by such magics or be perceived through magical scrying sensors. Jax, did you want to do anything in the first 2 months?
Yeah, Jax is gonna send for some books. He's gonna pay whoever he needs to pay to get some books sent to the house and read them.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
We'll go with like some like nonfiction war stories and then some like romance novels.
Okay.
Romance novels.
You go out to the
The
guard.
first one I read was amazing.
You go out to the guard and ask for that, and he brings. After about a day, they kind of bring you a very small amount, like 3 books.
Okay.
If you want them to bring back more, might pay them.
How long would it take me to read 3 books, do you think?
What's Jax's intelligence modifier?
Yeah. How smart are you?
+1. Not bad.
Like I don't know, like average speed. Take a few days to get through one at least.
Okay. I'll spend more money to get more books.
Okay, how much do you want to spend?
Give me, what would like 5 gold get me?
That would get you like 15 books.
All right, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So mark the money off your sheet, and they bring you another 15 the next day. They kind of look a little scattershot. Some look pretty old, but others are pretty new looking. But yeah, now you have 15 books to read.
I'm gonna read them.
Does anything else you guys want to do in the first 2 months?
I guess Malvin would like to track down a warhammer as soon as possible.
So you guys are still under total house arrest.
Okay, so if that's impossible, then Maligan is good with what he's done already.
And in those first 2 months, you guys are visited quite frequently by guards, by Truant, head of the guard, and other city officials that are very obviously investigating Julius at this point. They're asking you guys what you know, how'd you figure out all the things that you did, and one day Truant comes to you guys, enters the house, and asks all of you, these hooded friends of yours, where do they go?
Hooded friends?
Yes, the ones that helped you all during the fight. Not the ones wearing the masks, the other ones.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We know not of these people.
I'm gonna walk forward and be like, they're a cult. They believe in
Yeah.
See,
Oh.
he arches the brow and says, the ones that helped you?
the ones that helped us.
Good Samaritans,
never
all of
mind.
them. Good
I'm sorry, there's a lot of hooded figures.
But you know something about the masked men then.
Yeah, I know a little something about them.
Could you tell me?
They're a cult called the Eyeless, and they believe that God is a fake God. That's about as much as I know.
Or he nods his head and says, all right. I haven't... What is the name of this god they follow?
Insert name here.
I think it's Nephthys? Nephthys?
Something like that. I could scroll up very far, but let's see.
You can also take notes.
I have notes. They're just not with me.
Okay. But yeah, so you tell him what you know.
Yes.
Okay. He nods and seems troubled by what you say and says, thank you for telling me about this. How did you come by this information?
I've come across them a few times. They don't like me much because I don't agree with their values.
He kind of laughs and then...
Nephthys.
Nephthys.
Occultist of the Whispers.
Yes. And you see he kind of nods and says, well, if they're against God, they are against many people in this land. It seems a little odd that they seem very focused on your group rather than anything else during that fight.
I've had some bad run-ins with them. I don't think they have good values. So
Go ahead and roll deception.
I'm not deceiving. I 100% have had both of those things.
Yeah, you've had but you've also been a part of it, so
Okay.
you are trying to hide something.
Shit. That's as bad as it gets.
He looks at you and says,
Uh-huh.
he says, he flips a finger for you to approach and says, come with me. And he takes you away from the house.
God.
He walks you over to the central guard building that you guys escaped the one night. And he sits you down in an interrogation room. He has you sit there for a while before he comes in, and then enters and sits down and says, you were hiding something earlier. I'd like to know what. How are you attached to these people?
All right, look, I'm gonna level with you. Someone that I very much cared about used to be a part of the cult.
Who are they?
Hey.
My sister.
Just your sister?
Yeah.
Then why are they after you? What did your sister do?
Like I said, I don't agree with them. They don't like that. And so they challenged me and I fought back.
Is your sister still part of this group?
Sister, no, she's no longer part of the group.
Interesting. And then after that, he would kind of keep you there for a little longer before he lets you go back to the house. Leaves. You guys kind of get a night of peace before he comes back a few days later and comes into the building once more and looks to you all and says, you'll be coming with me. I need you all to identify the bodies.
Yikes.
Boy.
So he takes you guys to the Central Hospital of Wiltshire.
You gonna go outside?
Yeah, you get to go outside.
Boy. I'm so excited.
You guys are flanked by a huge amount of guards as you go. But they lead you to the Central Hospital, and they take you back into kind of the mortuary section of the hospital, where several bodies are laid out on like their individual wooden tables, and you guys see a dark-skinned elf. You see Julius, and you see Royce, you see Colby, and I think that was everyone. And you see a very large masked man. He finally has his cloak and mask removed, and you see that his body's like mostly decayed. It seems like it was something that was resurrected. It wasn't like a living human that was fighting you guys.
Darth Vader?
And he looks over all of them and looks to you all and says, we don't know who these two are. And he kind of gestures to the dark elf and the very large man, and he looks to all of you and says, we're hoping that you all might be able to identify them.
Never seen this man in my life.
And after that nat 1, he's like staring at you, Ophelia.
I look at the man. Do I know this man?
Which one are you looking at?
The large guy?
Yeah, I guess the large. Well, yeah, the large guy.
So you look over the big guy, and you find that most of his body's like decayed. Most of the flesh is gone. It's a lot of bone, and what is left is like dried skin and flesh that like their central base, which is in a desert. It looks like if they buried it, the skin just turned into like semi-leather from just being in the heat for so long. And you see that part of his face is actually still preserved, and you recognize him.
From my cult?
Yeah.
I don't know that I trust the people I've talked with. Well, alright. Well, I guess like nothing could hurt. I mean, I've already told them that like I kind of have like a vague connection, so... Okay, so I say to him, hey, I think that I recognize these as members of the cult.
True nods his head and says, I thought as much. They were wearing very queer masks when they were fighting, and they were using strange magics. The only kind that followers of a dark god could use. We would appreciate names.
This is the point where I get uncomfortable, and so I just kind of go, you know, I didn't really know these guys that well. Like I said, it was my sister was in the cult. I don't really know names.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Fucking damn it, Jesus Christ. How stupid is this guy?
Let's see.
We're hoping extremely.
Yeah.
He rolled a 15, beating your 12. So he looks at you, and he looks annoyed at this point and says, you know something about all this. I think you know a lot more than you're letting on. I want names, and I want them now, or I can make your time under the guard's watch a lot worse.
Yeah, well, you could also make my life worse. Like, how do I know you're not going to, like, get back at me for what I know?
If you cooperate, we'll treat you as a friend.
Is that a promise?
I can't promise anything at this point.
Then I don't know who these guys are.
He looks to his guards around you guys and says, Clapper and Manacles, and they begin to take you away. Do you want to guess who that big guy was?
I don't know.
Okay.
President of the school.
When you looked at the still like half preserved,
Yes.
like leathery face, you saw the face of your father,
Oh, shit. What?
resurrected and used as a weapon against you.
What? And okay.
And they take you away, and they take you to the Academy Arcanum, where they slap you in specially made manacles that are anti-magic in nature, and throw you in a dungeon. And the other guy you recognize was Farron, your teacher.
Can we protest this?
Yeah, you guys want to say something?
Where are you taking her?
Stop it
Why?
now. Torturing the poor girl.
She's not cooperating, and we need to know all we can if we're going to counter this threat. They're very powerful. They almost killed the Duke.
Ophelia, give them your memoirs. You wrote them, right?
Yeah, but these guys are dicks. Don't say that out loud. That's for people I can trust. Fuck these dudes.
So do you guys get physical, or?
No, I mean, I'm not gonna fucking fight the guards after everything else.
Okay.
Now he's been through, but like, I mean,
Fight the guards again.
he's making himself look as big as a dwarf can.
And
Jax is not in any shape to fight still yet, probably.
Oh yeah, still recovering from his time in the prison.
Like gunshot wounds.
Yeah, the 2 big missing chunks, which probably healed from healing magic. But so yeah, if no one says much, they take Ophelia away, and you spend a lot of time in the dungeons, while the rest of you get to go back to your house.
Imprisonment.
Yes, your house arrest. Over the following days, each of you get pulled out individually and get asked, how do you know Ophelia?
Lou gives the sassy answer like, does anybody really know anybody else?
Malgan, I guess he would just tell the truth. I ran into them in the sewers when we chased some miners down during the revolt.
We get run into in the sewers a lot.
Why were you chasing miners?
You found them in the sewers and just begun following them, helping them?
Well, you see, there was a woman. We fell deeply in love as soon as we met.
Oh, I
She
see.
cared for me very deeply, very, very fast, and so I had no choice but to stay with them. I felt bad for her leaving her in such a way, so I stayed with the other one. Ophelia was just there. I didn't care for her back then, but
And who is this woman you fell in love with?
this woman. Pray that you never see a face as beautiful as this one, as it will drive you as mad as I was. For those few days that I knew her, I did things. My life has changed considerably to do the things that I needed to do to be with her.
What does she look like? Do you have a name?
Ariel.
Like an
And I can
angel.
what she looks like, but like, yeah, I'm not gonna describe her here. Is basically the point there. But I know she's a half elf, and she,
Yeah, so you describe her.
yeah,
You see him kind of like writing all this down, and then he kind of like half paying attention, kind of mutters, "Huh, funny, we found someone like that in the manor.
What did you say?
Dead in a dungeon. You wouldn't know anything about that."
Is she alive?
No.
Malgan breaks down briefly for about 4 hours.
Just a 4-hour bout of insanity, no big deal.
I do think that Malgan would like choke up a bit, but like power through it because he's already been through this grief. You know, he knew that she died,
Right.
so he just thought maybe there was a chance. So it was after these horrible actions that I did on her behalf that I was set free by these strange people you mentioned in order to kill Ophelia or to help them. Was it help them or kind of like not stop?
It was to not interfere with what they're doing, yeah. And you see, Troon kind of like jumps in and says, so based on our estimation of when she died, that was likely when your party was breaking into Julius Manor. And then you admit that you decided to work with the mass people, the eyeless.
I agreed so much as they would free me, but I had no intention of truly helping them. I simply intended to not do anything should they attack. But then, once I saw what they did at that day, I changed my mind immediately. I had no idea who they were and what I was doing.
Interesting. Escaping from time spent in prison, helping terrorists.
Yes,
Yay!
exactly right. I have no excuse.
Intriguing.
I am man enough to own up to my mistakes, and that is my greatest one.
And then that's when we'll flip over to when Jax was asked, how do you know Ophelia?
This group, I was sent out with them for a quest from the Mercenaries Guild to earn some money. And I noticed that they were fairly skilled at what they do and saw an opportunity to earn more coin working with them. And, you know, a man's got to make a living.
So it was a purely economical decision.
Indeed.
I see. Well, they are martially capable. It's an understandable decision. But many questionable things happened during this, along with you being put in prison for impersonating a city official. What are your
Indeed.
thoughts on that?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yes, well, it seems that such charges might have been incorrect as we are searching Julius Manor more and more. So, let me be the first to apologize if it is true for what happened to you. But we need you and your friends to be as cooperative as possible, including this Ophelia. If you could at all try to make them more agreeable to our questions, that would be much appreciated.
I'll do what I can, but I make no promises.
True nods, and that's when you are allowed to go back to the house arrest. And as you guys,
As a quick aside, can I like sue them or try and get some form of compensation for my false imprisonment?
you can definitely try.
Okay. Maybe that'll happen during some of my downtime.
Do you want to hire a lawyer from the College of Canon?
Wait, didn't you say the teacher was dead? Did I miss that?
There's a good one.
Teacher?
Yeah, I thought you said that somebody was dead.
Ophelia's master.
Oh, Ophelia's
Oh my
teacher.
God.
Okay.
He was one of the guys on the tables, the dark elf.
Okay, I thought you meant the college professor at first.
Yeah, the college professor was in on it.
I think we said that as a joke, but maybe you just heard that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was said as a joke.
Yeah. What's Jax doing now?
I'm just going back to the house for now.
Yeah, so as the days roll by for those first 2 months, you guys begin to like hear word kind of trickle out over the investigation of Julius, and you hear about multiple guards being dirty. They were recorded as sort of like spies for Julius, especially like higher up ones that acted sometimes as personal guards to the Duke. You guys hear about a couple of Kirkstein that were also dirty. They were lower level, they were sergeants, but they would report on what the Kirkstein were doing to Julius, along with sometimes giving like false prayers to people to get for money, and where they would give a cut of that to Julius. You guys also hear about just a lot of people fleeing the city. It seems Julius's reach was quite wide in the city. People of all economic and class levels just run and are no one hears about them again. Eventually, Truant, along with the Earl of Magic, whatever her name.
I want that title.
So Truant and Christad Oberon visit Ophelia. Ophelia's being kept in a dungeon. It's very like not fun. It's much akin to Jax's experience in
Not fun.
No way, it's not fun.
It's very much like Jax's experience in the penitentiary. It is they're not feeding you much. It's dark, and they keep you there for pretty much the remaining time of those 2 months until Truant comes in while you're feeling like just so hungry and thirsty from being not really attended to. Sits down at like the table they keep bringing to the room, along with Christad in the corner. Do you take a seat at the table?
No, I glare at them from my corner.
Okay. Truant sits down and says, I'm going to ask this again, and I hope you're more cooperative this time. What do you know about the Eyeless? And please don't hold anything back this time. We're trying to help the city, and that includes you.
Will I be protected?
If that's what you want, we could set something up.
I want it in writing.
You see, because there's also like guards in the hallway, he looks to one side to one guard, and he kind of walks away for a moment, comes back with a one of those like side pouches, and pulls out some paper and ink and a quill, and starts writing it down. What exactly is the protection you're looking for?
Whatever I tell you will not be used against me to put me in jail. I will not be imprisoned any longer for what I tell you. And you guys will do everything you can to make sure the Eyeless doesn't find out I told you any of this.
He nods his head and says, we can do both those things other than keep you out of this cell. If we don't find your answers satisfactory, we will keep you here. And
You'll find them satisfactory.
he begins to write down on paper those two demands. What was the first one he said?
No information that I provide will lead to further imprisonment by myself.
Okay, he writes that down, and he writes down that it won't be told to the Eyeless. Is there
They'll never catch on to that I'm the one that said it, that sold him out. Well, from him, at least. I mean, they'll probably figure it out, but still.
He says to you, he says, I will guarantee I or any under me will tell the Eyeless of anything you told me.
I want you to make sure and not tell anyone that this came from me. You can know, but nobody else gets to know where this information came from.
Well,
I
I
don't
must report to my Duke and peers, but Other than that, I can guarantee as much.
Just tell them it came from a credible source.
I can't do that.
Fine. All right, whatever.
So he writes down that he promises not to tell anyone that came from you other than his superiors and his peers, which is just the nobility of Wiltshire.
Fine.
He writes that down. Is there anything else you want to add to that contract?
I guess not.
Okay.
As long as I can't be imprisoned any further.
So he writes down to two decently spaced out lines at the bottom of the page, writes down his name in one, and then he turns it to you and slides the quill and ink over to you along with the paper to sign.
Okay, I sign it.
Signs it. He kind of sits it to one side for a moment to let it dry. Says, "Very good then. Please tell me everything you know."
The Eyeless are a cult based out of a desert region in the area. I don't know where, I forget.
You know it's in the Treesian Empire.
The trees, based out of the Treesian Empire, okay. My sister and I were recruited when we were young and very quickly brainwashed by the cult. It's one of the things that they're best at, which is bringing in young people and brainwashing them. Most of the people who are in the cult were raised in the cult at this point, so they don't know right from wrong. The leader is, they worship the god Nephthys, who they believe is the true god, and God is actually a fake god. They do a lot of seedy shit, and they're very hostile to those who believe in gods.
Is there anything else?
Well, you got one of the big guys. That was he was in the morgue. He was my master. He was pretty much in charge of making sure that I was and stayed brainwashed throughout my time there.
He was your teacher, though.
Yeah.
Are there any important names you can give to us and descriptions?
Would I know the name of the guy in charge?
Yeah, you would. It would be Archbishop Batu.
The guy in charge is named Archbishop Batu, and his MO is encouraging children to feel like they're special, like they're a big part of the cult, like they're doing something important, and taking advantage of them.
Interesting. Do you have a description of him?
Can I just make up a description?
You would know he is a pale drow that is relatively tall, with bony features.
He's tall, he's bony, he's pale. He's got long dark hair. I'm just gonna throw that one in there.
Sure.
Looks like an evil guy.
Evil.
Evil. That's it.
Generic evil.
Super villains for a thing, that'd be him.
Is there any other names you could give me? And you would think back, and you would think that under the head bishop would be 5 underneath him, and they would be Nergai, Geralt, Salongo, Tagoldor, and Zaya as his bishops.
Okay, I provide those names.
Okay. And under them are the many assassins and agents of the Eyeless. You don't know all their names because there's so many of them, but I assume you give over as many names as possible?
No, I stop at the bishops.
Okay. Trumo is pretty satisfied at that point. You give him descriptions of all the bishops too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I stop at the bishops because after those are the ones that are willingly in the cult. Everybody else is pretty brainwashed.
Okay.
So I don't feel good passing on their names.
At that point, he because he's been writing all this down in a notebook, he closes his book, puts the quill and ink away, takes the contract you two signed that is now dry, puts it inside of his book, and stands up, says, "Well, I appreciate you finally cooperating. I think it would be fair if we sent you back with the rest of your party then."
Okay. I look pretty snotty, but I'm ready to...
They take off your magic to empty manacles, and they escort you back to the house.
Lou is just hammered when she walks in the door and just, where have you been?
Jail.
Oh. Why?
Stupid shit.
Okay.
Did they mistreat you last?
Yeah, the food was pretty cheap. So
Those bastards.
yeah, you think they'd be able to cook a good meal?
Listen, girl, there's something I need to tell you.
Okay.
When I was imprisoned for my very smart, brilliant plan that was ruthlessly foiled by a very brilliant blacksmith, I was freed by the Eyeless. They told me that they were coming for you and they asked me not to interfere. And I told them I wouldn't, and I meant it.
Okay. How are you feeling about that now?
Not great, but I wanted to let you know I did it without question.
Are you still going to do it without question, or no? Okay, all right.
Very good. Glad to have you back. I give her a little pat on the arm when I walk. I can't really reach your arm, so I guess like the upper thigh.
Are we all witnessing this conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I check to see if Malkin's lying?
Yeah. Roll insight, Malgin. Or is Malgin telling the truth, or?
No, Malgin is telling the truth. Like, he has no reason to betray the group, right? But
It's hard to tell, but it seems like he's being honest.
Okay.
Okay, I immediately go up to my room to wash up, and then I eat a lot of food.
So yeah, the 2 months finally end, and you guys are allowed, after they find a lot of evidence in Julius Manor, get it all decoded and make sense of it. They begin to see that maybe you guys were set up. They begin to loosen their arrestment over you guys, and you guys are allowed to now navigate the city with a guard escort. But you guys can now do whatever you want inside the city.
well, I'm looking for a warhammer.
Warhammer? Okay. Is it?
I have a L shit, but also I want to get her armor.
Lou, when he was teaching Malgin Halfling, it kind of came up that he actually didn't know his birth family, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't raised by Halflings.
Malgin found that very sad. He took that very harshly when he realized that he doesn't have a family.
But he does have a family, just not a family of Halflings.
Malgin doesn't get me still sad.
I don't know, Stu, should we tell him?
That's up to Lou. I mean, is it just a slip up, or do you want to tell him the whole thing?
No. Lou's had a couple drinks. There's not much else to do in the house. He's done writing music for the day, and he says that the family that raised him was actually leprechauns.
Oh,
Yo,
that's cool.
Jax lights
And-
up.
So his full name is actually Lou Ki Goy, because he's a lucky guy.
Oh my god.
Malgin doesn't want to turn blue.
Yeah, so basically his parents came from another land and they found the leprechauns and sold Lou to them. And the leprechauns were all like, man, you're such a lucky guy, because luckily you didn't have to get raised by parents who sold you.
Okay.
Yeah, he was raised by leprechauns, and he has no idea where he's actually from.
Dang. You made Jack smile for the first time since he got out of prison.
Yay!
Ophelia pats him on the shoulder.
But I don't know why I know halfling. I only know I'm a halfling because my dad told me.
So, was it a good raising?
Yeah, I just had to leave, had to go find myself. I want to be a star. Can't be a star when you're hiding in a leprechaun colony. They just like to sit in their trees and count their gold. So yeah, and because if you notice, he's been the only halfling we've ever seen in the whole campaign.
Yeah, he's a peculiar sight to everyone. People want to buy new armor.
Yes.
So do you guys want to start with that?
Yes.
So what armor does everyone want to buy?
I can only get like non-metal,
Yeah.
mild armor. So
Do you want light or medium?
medium.
And do you guys want to get like fresh armor? You want to get used armor? Some custom armor?
I want to go see what the cost is for new armor.
Okay. I will add before this happens, as a part of you guys officially being allowed to leave the house and able to do things in the city. Some guards, along with a crier, like a royal-looking crier, comes to the house.
Why is he crying?
Yeah, funny. He comes to the house with some guards who are carrying a heavy-looking chest set on the ground, and the crier takes out a little piece of scroll. As you guys come out to see him, he begins to say, "This gift is meant as thanks and a decree as regret to this party of do-gooders, seemingly, who so did assist in the preservation of the Duke's life. Thus, he has sent you all this, a chest containing within 5,000 gold coins.
Yeah.
The Duke urges you all to take this recompense and invest it wisely wherever you may like. Only that accepting this gift shall also ensure all of your retainership going forward." The Duke is still hard at work uncovering just how much Julius was scheming and asks that you all remain available in the coming months. He then puts away his little scroll, and the two guards then, he gets out of the way, and the two guards kind of bring the chest to you guys, open it up, and you see 5,000 glistening pieces of gold coins.
Yay.
Yeah. Damn. Okay.
You guys can split that amongst yourselves however you like.
Evenly, right?
Yeah.
I would like more.
If you were in prison.
And as much as you all see fit, I was in your party later, and I actively sought to betray it.
That's a good point, actually.
Do we need to have like a little like huddle up?
Yeah, Lou, Jax, let's talk about that one.
I think he's fine.
Malgan melds into stone while they talk.
Jax has nothing to add to this conversation because he didn't witness anything. He like barely knows Malgan.
It's true.
Guys, he wanted to betray us. Like, maybe, like, I don't know, like, he seems like he's cool now, but maybe we take a little more gold?
I think he's fine. He's fine. It's all fine.
Whatever happened to Hans?
Listen, I'm just gonna ask it actually.
Let's not worry about that.
I was gonna ask.
He's working on half yet.
Yeah, he's got shit going on.
Why does he hate us?
Hans. Where's Hans? We miss Hans.
Now you want him back. Now you want him.
I mean, I never was mean to him. I liked Hans.
Yeah, you were kind of a suck up.
It's because when I don't suck up, shit like this happens, and he's not here now. And now we're stuck with some guy who wants to betray us.
How dare you say that about Malgan? He risked his neck for your neck.
You just like him because he gives you food.
True, I have been
And
very
gives you
well fed.
special treatment and calls you boy.
Malgan
I'm a
can't hear
man.
things, by the way. He is melded into stone, and I have to roll to hear things, and I'm not actively trying, so.
Okay.
If he's interested in continuing with the party, then I guess we should just split things evenly.
Yeah, what is Malkin's plan going forward? He is technically still part of the Kirkstein.
Malgan has every intent to try to make amends with those he cares about and those he does not care about, but his plan is to leave the city, if that's a possibility.
Okay. You have to wait until the end of the downtime, but definitely, if you would like to do that. You guys are giving that money, and you can use that to buy stuff now, if you'd like.
That's what, $12.50 a person? Correct math?
I like stuff. I like money.
So should I unmeld from stone now and rejoin?
Yeah. So for Ophelia, do you want, what's your dex modifier?
It's my dexterity is a +3.
Okay. Because if you take medium armor, it only gets 2 added to it. So if you take light, you can add the entire +3 to your AC plus whatever the base AC of the armor is. So if you take like a hide, that's 12. That'd be 12 plus 2. That'd be 14. But if you take studded leather, that'd be 12 plus just flat dex, so that would be 15.
Okay, so my AC right now is 14.
Okay. So if you get studded, that would raise it to 15.
Okay, then I'll get studded.
That is 45 gold pieces, or gold coins.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
So mark that off your money. You know, Malgan, you wanted to get plate, right?
Well, you mentioned the price in our Discord. I don't think I have that much. So I'm going to focus on Warhammer for now, ideally one with some sort of magical effect.
Okay, so you'd probably want to go to Kane for that, the owner of the magical shop in Wickshire, who enchants stuff.
Cool. Yeah. I don't really know much about enchantments.
Here's our shiny.
Just like a generic good one for like a.
Like fire? Do you want poison? Do you want to do like like elemental damage, or are you looking for just like a basic +1 or +2?
Shit, I had not thought about this. Can we come back to it?
Yeah, we can. What is Jax shopping for?
I think Jax wants a breastplate.
A breastplate would be 400 gold.
Yep, I'll do that.
Okay, and that will be 14 plus your dex.
Sweet.
Do you want to get any magic items? Oh, you have a pretty good one right now, so.
Yeah, I'm fine with the one I have.
Okay. Do you want to get just an average breastplate, or do you want to get like a fancy one or something?
I'll do an average one. I don't need to be. I need to look super fly.
Nothing flashy, so just base price then.
Yep. All right.
Does Lou want to go get anything?
Well, he's been looking around. He wants to upgrade his sword.
Right. You wanted to integrate it with your ukulele, right?
Or at least the spirit that resides within the ukulele.
Do you want to like literally like combine them, or are you trying to enhance the Twilight Blade in a certain way?
I want to like enhance the Twilight Blade so somehow Lou can like turn it on and it has different modes. And one mode being a ukulele. Another mode could be like a shovel.
Oh, give it like an amorphous shape or something?
Yeah, that's possible. That would be.
I don't think it's like an
super-
average like enchantment for a weapon, but we can make that work if you want.
like a
Oh, do you
multi-tool.
mean like because the blade is made of like pure radiance? Do you want it to like be able to turn into a blade, or like the pommel stays the same, but like the blade itself can change into other things?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
you
it can
do
project
that.
different things.
I would call that like pretty rare, so that would cost a pretty penny.
Luckily, Lou's got an investment in the bank.
Yeah, if you want to go get that.
Oh my
you
God.
can.
How much interest did you gain from that?
Probably none.
I feel like they probably froze Lou's assets while they were
Probably.
under
He was wanted for like a minute.
Well, at least I couldn't get robbed
It's true.
by robbers. Just Wall Street.
Jeff Bezos.
So it would cost, because that's like a pretty specific like alteration to an already specific magic item. It might not be within your price range. Because that would make it rare, and that would cost, well, since I'll cut in half since it's already enchanted, that would be like, let's say 2,500 gold.
I've got that.
You got that? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing this at Kanan's place?
Yeah.
Potent Products?
Potent products. LCC.
Are you all together when you go and do that, or are you going alone?
Well, I got stuff I gotta do there.
Does he sell potions there?
No, that's the other place. That's Elder Tomes.
I might need some potions of healing.
It might be a good idea.
Some strong ones.
So as you guys kind of enter Potent Products, you go up to the kind of teller's table and ring the bell, because he's never really at the front. Because he's working all day, he's never really at the front desk. But as you tap the little bell thing to have him come out, he comes out and gives you all a big frown as his brows lower and says, "Oh, it's you all.
Hey, old buddy, old chum.
Coming to ask more of me, I see."
Oh, but it's a payday. And how much you love money.
Yeah, I could certainly use it after the big fine you all landed me on.
What fine? You're the only fine thing I see here. Except for your wares.
You won't have to worry about a fine after like all the things we're about to pay you for. So
Yes, well, it seems some type of choice object you all forgot to mention to me was confiscated by some Kirkstein. You all told them that I hired you, and that came back on me.
Oh, we're only telling the truth.
did we say that?
You could have just left the gem. It wasn't what I asked for you to bring back.
Well, what would make you feel better?
Maybe getting this fine lifted.
How much is the fine?
It is 10,000 gold.
Okay.
Well, you met Malgin. He's a part of the Kirkstein.
Yeah, Malgin can get it.
Can you lift my fine, Malgin?
I can certainly try.
So I assume you're of someone of high rank that has a very good relationship with them.
I once was, until I tried petty thievery,
Malgin,
and
Malgin, come
I
on.
think I am probably not very well respected in the Kirkstein anymore.
Come on, dude.
You see Kanan, because when you guys first met Kanan, he was like pretty well dressed and looks very like lively. But he has like these big bags under his eyes now, and is just like looking at everybody with like this kind of Ian puppy dog look.
It's not our fault.
It is your fault.
Well, how about we get you some legal work to take your mind off of your troubles?
He sighs and says, "Fine, what do you want? All I do is work now anyways."
Oh god. Jesus.
I described to him what I want.
Okay.
It should be a fun project.
You describe to him, he kind of does some math in his head, and then says, "All right, I could do that for you for 3,750.
But that's more than it was agreed to. Well, I can't really forget that much. I don't have that. I'm not. My new album hasn't come out yet.
Maybe you should work on that."
I am.
Okay.
Or I could get the money out of the bank.
All right.
Don't be extreme.
I don't know.
Is there any other services I could give to you all?
I was hoping to look into a glimmer that could make me look different.
I'll
So, like-
glamour.
I like glimmer.
Okay.
That's Lou. It's called a glamour.
He says, "All right. Are you looking for something to cast the seeming spell?
Yeah, something that just makes me not look like me.
A full
Yeah.
body disguise?
Yeah.
Sure, I can make something like that. Well, if it's not a ring of a spell storing, it's just meant for the one spell, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And how would you? What item would you like this magical effect to be bound to?
Just a necklace would be good.
All right. A second necklace.
Oh, then a bracelet.
All right.
Just roll around necklaces.
You have two necklaces. That'd be too crazy.
He looks at you and says, "Well, I suppose I could do that for 7,500.
Gold?
Yes."
Well, don't have that.
Well, I've got an idea.
Let's go
Would you-
somewhere else.
Yeah. Would you happen to take 1,000 gold plus this super extremely fancy looking magical mystery scimitar that Jax doesn't like apparently?
Is Jax willing to part with that?
Oh, do I have it in my possession now?
Yeah, you have it.
That's my sword though.
Okay.
I mean, if I part with it, can I buy something else magical potentially?
That's mine.
If you want to.
I gave it to you as a favor.
Yeah, sure. Give it back.
I
That's
made
fine.
it like yogurt.
I'll give it back.
Okay. So, Lou, you have it now, and you're trying to. You wanted to sell it to her?
Yeah. Unless it's significant to the plot.
He looks it over, and you see his eyes glow for a moment as he writes some runes in the air, and looks it over and says, "There's nothing magical about that sword."
No.
What? It was magical earlier.
You see he casts a spell again and says, "There's nothing magical about that sword." You trying to scam me?
Oh, what happened? You actually broke it.
I didn't do anything.
Because you didn't believe.
It's Polar Express. If you need to believe hard enough.
Yeah.
Or Tinkerbell.
Here, give it back. Let me see if I can get the magic behind it.
Okay.
All right. Jax takes the scimitar. Is it magic yet?
You feel the familiar power that thrummed through you when you first picked it up in that fight.
Guess it only works for me.
You son of a bitch.
Well, you could still sell it as a magic sword.
Yeah, see, it is magic.
Well, he wouldn't see what he felt, so.
All I mean is, if you were speaking literally to your customers, you could sell this as a magic sword.
Are you saying that to Catan?
This really bugs. He's
He,
trying to be novel.
he looks at you and says, "If I sell a fake product to the duchy, I'll have my hands cut off.
Well, fair enough.
I'll grow you new ones.
Do you know the regeneration spell?
I met a wizard once who might.
Blue, how much would it take to buy the scimitar off you?
I don't know, as much as I need to do the thing with my thing.
How much money do you have? We can combine our money somehow. I don't have a whole lot of money left. How much is platinum to gold? What's the conversion on that?
In our game, each thing is 1,000 of the thing above it.
Oh, okay. I have tons of money then.
Oh, what? I forgot I had platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys have them.
So, like, if I had 8 platinum, that'd be 8,000 gold.
Yeah,
What was the quote for the glimmer that I wanted?
I think, was it 7,500?
Yeah.
7,000?
Blue, how about I pay $2,000 of your cost and I get your sword or your scimitar?
That's okay. I was gonna go for 1, but
I mean, I have platinum that I'm not gonna spend probably ever in this campaign.
okay. Hopefully it serves you well.
All right.
You might want to ask him what it does or why you get surges of power. It's like,
Clearly, he doesn't know what it does.
get a second opinion there.
He's just Qatar's watching you guys with like an arched eyebrow, like you guys passing back money between each other for what seems to him like a useless sword.
All right. I hand Lou 2 platinum.
Thanks.
Is Jax aware enough of the sword's power to be able to use its like abilities?
Yeah, you're tuned to it.
Okay, sweet.
In that case, Lou
Did you
hands over.
Did you subtract the attunement points for being attuned to it, Jax?
I don't know where to do that.
So attunement is.
Am I attuned to the devotee's sensor? Is that also an
I
attunement
think you
item?
did attune to it, yeah.
Okay.
So it's whatever is higher. It's your intelligence or constitution plus your proficiency. That's how many attunement points you have to attune to things.
Said intelligence and constitution.
It's either or, whichever is higher.
And then how much does each one of these take away?
Well, it is a very rare item. That'd be four points.
Okay. And then how much was the sensor? I'll be better about writing the item stuff down.
Thank you. I think it's also very rare, or it's rare.
Okay. So it's probably more than 1, I'm guessing.
So yeah, so rare would be 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop attunement from the sensor then, so I can put attunement on the scimitar.
Might want to give the sensor to Malkin.
Malkin, you want a sensor?
Yeah, I don't actually even know what Sensor does, to be honest.
I can send you the item description.
So is there anything else you guys want to ask of Kanan?
Yeah, Warhammer.
Warhammer, yeah. What kind of Warhammer are you looking for?
Warhammer with a poison enchantment.
Also, Lou's gonna want his thingy-majig done.
Cause you got 2K from.
Yeah.
Okay. So mark off 3,750 of gold.
Oh shit! Can I learn like two-handed or dual wielding?
You can dual wield, but is a Warhammer two-handed?
I think it's even, but like less damage if you use one-handed.
Oh yeah, it's versatile. So yeah, you could do that.
That's sick. Can I sell this man things?
Yeah, you guys can sell your magic items.
Only magic items, or
He might take some like raw material too, but yeah.
I was just hoping to sell my longsword.
Yeah, he's a magic shop owner, so he might not be super interested in it. So you can get a Warhammer of Venom if you like. You would gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. And you can use an action to cause thick black poison to coat the weapon. The poison would remain for 1 minute until the attack hits a creature, and they have to make a DC 15 con save or take 2d10 poison damage.
It's only one creature before I have to reapply it.
It will last for 1 minute, the poison.
Oh, okay.
So it'll last for 10 rounds of combat.
So I can hit anything in that 10 rounds and it'll always apply the...
Well, they would have to make a constitution save, but yeah, they would have to do it every time.
Cool. How much is that?
7,500.
Ooh.
Kanan looks to you with his bags under his eyes. Says, yeah, 7,500. I'm really busy.
You know that conveniently all adds up to 10,000 gold.
It does.
I didn't know better.
If I were to get rid of this fine of yours, how much would this worth?
If we weren't such good chums, I might be suspicious here.
All right, maybe I'd sell it at market value then. 5,000.
Never mind.
That's less.
Yeah, it's less.
Yeah, still basically need like a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're about to get.
I could ask.
Oh, do I feel like there were war flashbacks where you said your father?
Because
My
there were.
father.
He's since stopped talking. He just
Staring off into the ether.
yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you guys want anything else with canon?
Am I able to change? Actually, I'll just DM you this because this is not
Could I get something that would up my AC from him?
Yeah, you can get like a ring of protection or something.
Okay. How much would that cost? Damn, sir.
Person. Them.
Them, they.
That would cost rare, so that'd be, I think that's 5,000, but that would be 7,500 for you.
5,000, but 7,500 for me.
Yeah, he's upcharging you guys if you didn't notice.
I did notice.
You know what? I'm good. If we go somewhere else.
Wait. Malgan looks at
This guy needs to buy a healing treatment to get rid of those bags over his eyes.
Malgan gathers the group into a small huddle, whether they like it or not, and he says to them, "Listen, all of you. I don't know what you did to this poor man. Truly, I feel for him, and I respect you all somewhat less. But if we are to help this man, we will need to go to the Cursed. Now, my standing with them is somewhat less. However, if you all help me, we could potentially get this fine resolved without spending any of your coin. What that would do is save us coin in buying these items. Do you all
You
agree?
like coin. Coin is good.
Coin is good. That's right, boy.
I mean, it's the least we can do. We were kind of assholes.
Exactly. You were assholes. I agree.
But like,
But
aren't you not in good standing with the Kirkstein?
Yes, as I've said, my standing with them has lessened of late, which is why I will need your help.
Okay.
okay. Yeah, let's take care of that for our good buddy.
On a side note, I would really like this Warhammer. It's very important to me. If any of you could help me get it once we get this fine resolved, that would be much appreciated. I'll pay you
How much is it?
7,500. Well, 5,000 market.
I'm gonna charge you interest.
Well,
Interest.
Wow.
that's a bit much.
That's a good one.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of fucked up, but hopefully I'll be able to pay it. However, you all will help me. I will help. You agree?
You know what we should do? We should go find that university professor and get the money from him. The president.
Another man you likely screwed over in your various adventures, but
We
fine.
haven't even met him yet. He's very elusive.
Is there any chance that Malgan has met or knows how to contact the university professor?
You would know that you have probably no way to get in contact with that guy.
Okay, cool.
Kirkstein and that guy are two very different worlds.
Okay, all right.
Turns out Malcolm is the president.
Oh my god, that's his secret.
There's no chance he's a part of, like, related to my family, right? Or would deal with my family in any way?
Roll a luck check.
Luck? Okay. Okay, well, I rolled a 2, so.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
No relation.
Yeah.
Is there some sort of quest we can go on for you, sir, that would help bring our prices down?
Just lift the fine.
Yeah, we could just look the fine.
Yeah, we can try.
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But
It was put on me by the Kirkstein. I assume you have to talk to them.
With Lou's silver tongue, anything's possible, right?
I don't think he's here.
I mean, with Malgan's silver tongue, anything's possible, right?
Exactly, my friend. At this point, I've known Jax as long as I've known everyone, practically. I just realized.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't know anyone for that long. I mean, I think we forget how short the in-game time is.
Exactly. It was like 3 days.
Yeah. It was not.
It took us a month to get through like 5 minutes of real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we really needed downtime. Yeah, so if that's all you guys need from Kanan at the moment, I'm going to say that you guys would have to wait until after you don't need guards to escort you around anymore to try to get his fine lifted. Well, I guess you could go talk to them if you want.
The guards?
Yeah, because you guys are, like, I didn't mention it, but you guys are being escorted by guards right now.
You want to go, Malgan?
Let us go. Wait, to the guards mean? To talk to them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you mean the Kirkstein?
I'll come and look sad and defeated and just give them a look of like, you did this to me.
Wait, who are we going to? To tell the guards we're going to the Kirkstein, or to the Kirkstein directly?
He said we didn't need the guards to go there, so we can just go.
Let's go.
Well, the guards will accompany you guys. They're accompanying you everywhere.
Oh.
They're keeping an eye on you guys.
Yeah, let's just go.
Okay.
I forget my captain's name. What is my captain's name?
Let me look
We
it up.
could break them up. We could call him Hermes.
I will, no making things up.
I miss Hermes, dude.
The guy
Who comes in off the street?
Yeah, I'm still gonna call one of them. Spoiling.
Hermes is the person. You
Spoil
guys-
things.
Yeah, Luke comes in off the street. Sorry, there's a dog drawing up out there. What did I miss?
We're going to the Kirkstein.
You're the commander of the knights for the Wilkshire chapter. Is write this down.
Yep.
Cicera Licinius.
Okay, anyway, so we're at the Kirkstein,
Yeah, so you guys walk over.
and I go to Cicera
Licinius.
Licinius' office.
You guys walk in, and in the kind of like nicer area where the officers and higher ups of the Kirkstein all kind of like have their offices. You go over that door. It's like pushed like all the way open, which is kind of abnormal. Usually it's the door that leads into that wing of the building is closed, so to like bar off the noise of the common area of the chapter building. But it is like fully open, and as you guys walk in, you hear a drill sergeant yelling as loud as he can, like a drill sergeant type yelling as you walk in and hear a man go on and on about, I can't go down there. There's hellhounds down there. I can't make that trip, and I need it retrieved right this instant. And you hear the
Not for us. No. Yeah.
Sewer inspectors?
And you hear your knight commander kind of talk back. Like, he's usually like the one in control and talking down to people, but you hear his voice, like, it's not like pathetic or meek or anything, but it's definitely like not in the same like control as it usually is in.
Oh, Malgan sees that as pathetic and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you see he talks back, says, I don't know if I can spare them in. I'm sorry. We have to patrol the roads, and I don't know if we have time to do a favor for a trusted donator. And you all kind of like walk over, and you see this noble looking dude who's wearing like the big animal furs and the really like fancy big coat. He even has like this really elegant, looks more ceremonial than anything, but very elegant sword at his side, with a nice, those hats that kind of like fall to one side, as he begins to yell back and says, I donate the majority of what your chapter uses per year, and if I never ask for anything, but I need this retrieved now, and I need it, and I need you, people who are capable of finding those hellspawn below the city, to go do it for me. And you see, Licinius just kind of like shrugs, says, I'll see what we can do, sir.
Lou walks in with a strum of his ukulele. Blink.
Everyone just looks at you with hate.
I've heard this, and I immediately walk into Commander Licinius's office, do the traditional Kirkstein salute, and then I don't know. I'm down to roll like a performance check or something to look particularly like soldiery, and basically say like, Commander Licinius reporting for duty, kind of like.
Okay, trying to get like this noble's like favor or something.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll performance at disadvantage because you're not in Kirkstein uniform.
Oh, good point. Okay. Oh, 16 though.
The nobleman kind of looks to you, and he even like spots the guards following you, and you see his brows kind of flash with recognition for a moment, and says, "Who the hell is this? Now this looks like a man who might be able to get something done."
That's right, sir. Malgan Fluff reporting for duty to Commander Licinius. At your disposal.
Listen, he just like
This is my team. And I just kind of awkwardly, not awkwardly, I'm a little bit confident right now. I gesture over to my comrades.
Licinius is just like pinching his nose with like closed eyes, sighing, as the noble kind of looks to the rest of your party and says, "Oh, what are you? Some sort of mercenaries? You work with the mercenary guild or something?"
That's correct. I'm just like not even letting Licinius say anything at this point, and I'm like, "It's correct. We're working with the Kirkstein. I am a member. These are my noble comrades who help in Kirkstein deeds without being one of the cloak."
So go ahead and roll deception.
Yeah, that's fair. 8.
Yeah, he kind of narrows his eyes at you and says, "That's peculiar. I don't think the Kirkstein really work with mercenaries, but you all look capable. Perhaps you could get this job done for me. If you're willing to make some coin, I'd be willing to pay."
Well, hold on. We're here for a reason. We're looking to get a fine dropped from our friend at the magic shop.
That is correct. We're also looking for coins.
You see a noble kind of shrugs and says, "I'm not here for that. I don't care much for it. If you're willing to do this for me, I'd be much appreciated."
Absolutely. May I have a word with my commanding officer while my comrades and you have a discussion about this job?
Fine. And he steps out of the office and closes the door, and you are in the room with Licinius as he is pinching his nose and just sighing as he's like kind of hunched forward, like leaning on his table or on his desk.
I like put both my hands out. I'm like, before you say anything. No, but he goes, "Listen, sir, I've made many mistakes of the 2 months ago. I made many mistakes. I borderline should not be part of the Kirkstein anymore due to my heinous deeds. But I can promise you this, you won't see much more of me. However, I need a favor. What we're doing now, we can do without any issue. But we need you to drop a fine for us."
A fine? Which fine? What are you talking about?
To Kanan, I know not of the specifics, but drop the fine to the man Kanan, the magical item shop owner.
What?
And we will do this for the nobleman. Along with his coin, of course.
My God, Malgan, why are you helping that insane man? He threatened to bring a bomb into the city.
Something about my party having ill relations with the man and wishing to buy some goods. It's a long, complicated, painful story.
You would want a fine raised on a man who tried to bring a weapon in the city that could cause mass destruction.
Well, since I'm leaving, it doesn't really matter much. I think maybe this party was actually the one who did whatever the crime was. It sounds like it was their fault, not his.
He kind of like raises his brows and then says, "Really? In what way?"
I have no idea. Truly, no idea.
He sighs and says, "If you get this done and get this nobleman out of my hair, without angering him to lose our donations, I will consider dropping the fine."
Very well. I appreciate it, sir. You won't see much more of me in the coming weeks. I respected you in my time. I'm sorry that a few days ruined my time here, but frankly, for the best. You'll not hear much more of me from here on, but I wish to speak to Dorgu. Where is he?
He says, where the rest of the squires, probably tending the horses right now.
Very well. Speaking of, can I have my horse back?
No.
Cool. See you later.
What are you willing to give me here? Nothing. Okay,
It was worth a shot.
yeah.
I admire it.
So you leave the office. With the nobleman talking to the rest of you, says, he's talking up the rest of the room, says, so what kind of mercenary group are all of you? You seem, like a strong couple of individuals.
Sewer inspectors.
I don't want to say.
Call
I can't
yourself,
start a band with that name.
call yourself the sewer inspectors, huh?
Yep.
Quite a peculiar name, but the job I need you for seems rather perfect.
Love irony here. That's what we do.
So what are your rates? How much do you want per job?
Oh God, do you guys want to huddle right now?
Yeah. Who knows the economy?
500 gold per hellhound.
Yeah.
You see him kind of recoil a little bit and says, well, I've heard the sewers are quite infested right now. I'm not sure I could fill that kind of demand. How about something more of a flat rate?
Blue, let's do like 100 gold each.
Cheap.
Is that cheap?
I would think.
500 gold each.
I have no grasp on this economy.
I don't know. Yeah, how rich are no? I mean, they have to be really rich. Otherwise, we'd be noblemen.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys would know that like living like a comfortable, like upper middle class life in Wickshire would cost like 10 silver a day.
How about 300 for each member on success of the mission?
300
Wait.
gold?
500.
500 gold each?
Yeah.
Roll persuasion check.
Oh boy.
You got this, Lou.
Well, where's my cursor? Nothing fantastic.
I'm gonna write home about.
He looks at all of you, narrows his eyes to really look all of you up and size you all up, and says, well, all right, 500 each on doing what I need, which is to go into the sewers and retrieve my wife's wedding ring. I dropped it a few days ago and it fell into one of the grates, and I haven't been able to get it since.
Describe it to me.
It is a elegant band made of gold that is forged in such a way that looks like flower rose petals are coming up to encircle decently sized emerald, might I add. That is
Hell yeah, bro.
very elegant.
Good job. Fist bump him.
Does not fist bump you back.
Is this enough for me to detect item?
I think that only works well on stuff you're familiar with.
So this is not enough to make me familiar with it.
I mean, read the description, maybe.
Let's say, where did you happen to drop it? Do you know?
Well, it wasn't far from here, really. I was browsing the merchant district close to the center of the city when I was enjoying myself some excellent chicken made in the northern part of the merchant district in a quaint little restaurant that the name doesn't come to me at the moment, but you know, I wore my wife's ring next to my own on my finger just to remind me of her on days I felt low, and the damn thing slipped right off when I was eating.
Sounds suspicious.
If Lou didn't have such high charisma, I'd be like, why doesn't your wife wear the ring? But I don't think that's what he'd say.
Do I recognize this man?
Perception check
For what?
on a story.
Yeah,
think-
insight. Roll insight.
Insight. Oh yeah. No. Lou believes him.
Yeah, he seems like the truth.
I believe this guy, and I know acting. He's not acting.
Yes. Well, will he take the job?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Actually, would we have permission from the guards to do this?
You might be able to convince them.
Could we ask the nobleman to convince the guards to let us do this?
Yeah, if you want to try to persuade him to give you guys some leeway to go to do this.
Yeah. Let's have not me say that because my charisma sucks.
I'll do that.
All right.
Persuade the guy to talk to the guards or switch the
How
guards.
do you phrase that?
Hey, well, so We're currently on probation for some completely non-violent crimes. Um,
She's brows raised and says, "Oh, I thought they were with you." Okay.
yeah, no, they're our friends. We enjoy having them around, but the Duke wants us to stick around the city, and we might need to convince them that the sewers are still the city. I can help convince, but with you on our side, it'd be a done deal.
So yeah, go and roll persuasion.
Good thing I don't have a disadvantage.
He looks. Well, if he rolls a nat 20, no. He looks at you guys, says, "Well, you all seem capable, and are you the group that fought at the Elms?"
Yes.
Really? Interesting. Yes, I suppose I could put in a good word for all of you. I think the sewers are very much a part of the city. As long as you don't try to flee out one of their exits. I'll say something to the Night Captain. I think, they'll be flexible for me.
Might we catch your name, good sir? Stop falling for that one again.
Yeah. He is, Aidwolf, Forced.
I don't recognize this man by any chance, do I?
Go ahead and roll, history.
And how shall we find you when we are...
I'm 18 on history. What I'm getting at, though, before you go too in depth, is if I've ever seen this man and his wife in like within 30 feet of me.
No.
Okay.
What a specific question.
I wonder why I'm asking.
And then what was Lou doing?
Oh, and how would we find you once we find this ring?
Just seek out Forced Manor. It's in the central city, not far from the keep.
Cool. We know that place annoyingly well.
Yes, I've heard some of your exploits. They're rather interesting. We'll see if you're all as talented as you say you are, or seem to be at the Elms.
You know it. Even more talented since then. That was just a start. That was just a warm-up act.
Yes, well, very good. I will go and have a word with Sir Truant, and I will let you all do as you will. And he walks away. That might be a good point to end it for tonight.
Okay.
You get to do a fighting quest.
Combat quest.
Hellhounds, like Malgin's natural, like, well, I mean, like, he kind of fucked him up last time he was in the sewers. So.
Oh, I didn't.
That's right.
I'm sure Malgin single-handedly killed like
The
6.
fight was so quick.
It was like a 20-minute fight. It was half the time.
I distinctly remember it was like the first fight I was really in, and you were like, I don't know what to do because you guys killed him so fast.
I had to throw more at you.
Jax is ready to finally not die to things. His AC is significantly higher.
What is it
Yeah.
now?
Hey.
It's 18.
Nice.
Malgin still doesn't have